Samples from dozens of Lemba men representing 6 different clans from towns and villages throughout the southern continent. They'll soon know if there's any hard evidence behind the Lemba oral tradition of Jewish ancestry.
When we analysed the Y chromosomes of the Lemba, what we noticed was that amongst these Semitic Y chromosomes, there was a high frequency of Cohen chromosomes, what's technically called the Cohen modal haplotype.
Another stunning result. The distinctive Kohanim markers appear in the Lemba at the same frequency as they do in the general Jewish population, far more frequently than in any non-Jewish population tested.
Something just under 1 out of every 10 Lemba that we looked at, in fact, had this particular Y chromosomal type that appears to be a signature of Jewish ancestry. Perhaps even more striking than that, there was in fact an association between that particular Y chromosome type and one of the Lemba clans.
So there was one particular clan, the Buba, which is, we understand, the premier clan amongst the Lemba, where the frequency of the Y chromosome was very high, in fact almost 50%.
The fact that we found this in such high concentrations in one of the Lemba subclans, much higher than the general Jewish population incidentally, seemed finally to provide a real link, a really usable link between the Lemba and Jews. And that was really the first hard piece of evidence that we got.
Parfit has promised to find the long-lost Lemba homeland, a city somewhere to the north called Senna, where the Lemba say they lived before coming to Africa.
Professor Mativa specifically asked me on one occasion to go and find Senna, which acts as place of origin, but also the place to which they go. They refer to Senna in the same way that we would refer to paradise or heaven, and say we'll meet again in Senna, and this kind of thing. It seemed to me that the whole tradition, the whole story was magical, and the lack of this information, which they act out through plays and songs, is one of the most haunting and poignant features, I think, of their current practice.
This is extraordinary. What's it about?
It's what they teach their children not to forget. It's a sad reminder that when they lose their customs and everything, they will not be people at all. And therefore, if they live among strangers, they must never forget who they are. Then he says, my grandchildren, stick to what I'm telling you. You see here, that's where we come from. That's where our ruins are. Come nearer. You see the graveyard. There lies your grandfather, who begot me, your father. So don't cry. Let's kneel down. That's why he's talking to the ancestor here, to show them the way to Senna.
Parfit may uncover more clues to the Lemba's origins if he can find Senna. Did Jewish populations live there in the past? Do today's inhabitants have any genetic similarities to the Lemba or the Kohanim? His next stop is the village of Sintamule to visit a local expert on Lemba history, William Masala.
William, what proof is there that the Sena that you talk of, the people of Sena that you talk of, are connected in any way with the people of Israel?
It's in the Bible.
In the Bible?
Yes.
Where?
Nehemiah 7, verse 38.
Oh, this is talking about the children of Israel coming back from Babylon, is that right?
That's right, yes.
And there's a reference to Sena there?
Yes, yes, in the Bible. The children of Sena, 3,930.
Now you talk about Sena.
Yes.
Where is Sena?
This book tells us that Sena is in Jericho.
In Jericho in Israel. In Palestine, actually. It's part of the Palestine Authority.
Yes. Jericho, near Jerusalem.
Based on his biblical dictionary, William Masala places Sena near Jerusalem. But the Lemba oral tradition is much less specific.
What they essentially say is that they came from the north, they came from possibly Judea, they subsequently went to a place called Sena, then they crossed from Sena to Africa via Pusela. We don't know what that is, and they don't know what that is, but they say we crossed Pusela, we came to Africa, and then they say we rebuilt Sena, and then we went inland and had something to do with the construction of a great stone city. At that point, we broke the law of God, and we ate mice, which were not ritually fit for Lemba consumption. And at that point, they were scattered, as they put it, among the nations in Africa. I was very moved by William. He was clearly very convinced by his story, and he's genuine in his belief that he's Jewish and his people are of Jewish extraction. And it's interesting, he keeps talking about this Sena myth, this Sena legend.